So while everything's going on, the Dallas Wings made sure to say it like they made sure while everyone's going crazy about all these other things, Chris Klanz is fired. He absolutely deserved it. Like, he absolutely deserved to get fired. The only reason you wouldn't fire Chris Klanz is I think he's a half decent tank commander because he's a nice person. Like, I think he's like a nice person. I don't think he's a good coach. I think he's a horrendous coach, by the way. I think he's absolutely horrendous. But I don't think, and by the way, there's also another big reason. Juju Watkins likely not being in the 2027 draft is big. Genuinely. Like, her not being in 2027 changes how you have to go for things. Because, like, the Dallas Wings are not going to be bad going into 2028. So they have to just forget about Juju. They have to forget about it because, like, Juju's going to be a rookie in the last year of Paige's rookie deal. It's one of those things where you basically, if you could tank for one more year and go get Juju, but Madison Booker is not worth tanking. Like, especially when you have a player like Paige Bueckers and you can attract good free agents. You have Paige. It's pretty easy when you have Paige to attract good free agents. I'm not going to lie. But, so Chris Klanz is gone. I do think this comes off the back of Juju Watkins news. I think that's a kind of a big thing with her, is that she is more, without question hates. It's the way everyone looked at Christy sides. It is the way, like, she's looked and just stared at Coquelin so many times. Between Feedrag and Kathleen, it's a great day. Now we all need is Tyler Marsh to get out of there. No. Tyler Marsh does not get out of there because the Sky need to be bad till 2028. The Sky need to be bad. Like, you have to tank 2 seasons in a row. Like, the next two, Juju's in the 2028 draft class. Sarah Strong's in the 2028 draft class. You need to get a number 1 pick then. You have to be, like, ironically, it's the teams that are good now. It's the Aces. It's the Storm. It's the, like, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. The Fever, because the Fever are young, so no. It's those, like, fringe teams, the Dream. They have to decide, like, do we go and think we can win a title? Or do we tank the next 2 seasons? Because we have to tank 2 seasons in a row to maybe get Juju. In what is going to be a generational 2028 draft class when you got Juju, Michaela Blakes, and Sarah Strong. You have 3 franchise-changing players just in that draft class. So, yeah, that's probably why Chris Klanz is fired. Look, nobody ever believed Chris Klanz was a good coach. I don't think anyone did. I genuinely don't think a single person is on the side, like, believes that Chris Klanz is a good coach. I think that's a, like, we all know how poor he was for this team. And I think when it comes to the like, just in general, it's a good firing. But it does show, again, the direction of the league. It shows the direction the Dallas Wings wanted to go. When people are like, oh, why is Chris Klanz still in a job? People are like, oh, it's because he's a man. I'm like, no. He's in a job to be a tank commander. He is in a job to be a tank commander. Like, people that watch a lot of WNBA, the WNBA fans don't actually know anything about basketball. They don't understand what a tank commander is, what a coach that's meant to bring your team to the next level is. Tank commander coaches are meant to keep the vibes up. They're meant to keep the vibes up when things are going real bad. Like, they're meant to, be good locker room players, keep the team in good spirits. And in his defense, the team seemed to be in good spirits. I think they hated him. Examples of tank commanders include Christy Sides. Christy Sides was a tank commander. She was never going to be, as soon as that team got good, she was going to be fired. And I actually think she did a good job in her last year. But it's not necessarily about do you win or lose, wins and losses? Like, do you play your role, or do you give your role or play your role as a coach? And I think he did play his role as a tank commander. I think he did a really bad job of, winning games, and they were trying to win games. But I think this season, their plan originally was, we're going to tank, because all we have to do is tank one more year and we can get Juju Watkins. Or if we fail, we don't get Juju, but we're in the top 2 or 3 hunt. But just for the chance of Juju. And now it's 2028. By then, Paige Bueckers is going to be all W. They're going to be good. Or they're at least going to be good enough that they're not going to be in the high lottery when the lottery is 7 teams. They're going to be in a position where it's extremely, unless Paige goes and gets herself injured, it's extremely unlikely that the Dallas Wings are going to be down there in the Juju Watkins sweepstakes in 2028. So you got to go for it. I think maybe going for it and trying to build solid around Paige Bueckers, as long as you don't do something dumb like pass up on Awafam in this draft. You can take Awafam and Paige Bueckers, and Awafam is the Aaliyah Boston to Paige Bueckers' Caitlin Clark. Like, Awafam has Aaliyah has like she's the only big that I look at, not in the league, not named Sarah Strong, that I'm like, yes, her. Because we've seen it with bigs. Like, in the WNBA, it's not the bruising bigs, it's the modern bigs. And we've seen Aaliyah Boston turn into a modern big. Sarah Strong is a modern big. Alana Smith's just garbage. But Alyssa Thomas is a modern point forward. Kat Westball's a stretch. Like, if you look, there's not one bruising center left in the playoffs out of these last 3 teams. Bench included. And I think Awafam and Sarah Strong, they're the 2 in college that I look at. I'm like, yeah, you guys are going to be stars. So they have a chance to get an Awafam to pair up Paige Bueckers. With that being said, if you can go and get her, you're flying. You don't, like, that is your young core. You can just surround them with vets. That is your Caitlin and Aaliyah. Just like the Fever aren't really necessarily worried about their young players around the 2 of them. Their young players are Caitlin and Aaliyah. If you are Dallas, you keep Zaza, you keep Quinnerly. So Zaza, Quinnerly, Paige, Louisa, Awa. If that is your 5 young players, you have them for whatever 4 years on a rookie deal. You just keep getting vets. You keep the 4 of them. You bring in vets, and you can bring in so many vets. You've got so much money, and they actually could be good. And if you bring in, like, I think a Sandy Bronzlow would love to coach Paige Bueckers. I think her system suits Paige Bueckers better than it suited Sabrina Ionescu as well. So I think a Sandy Bronzlow could be a really good coach. That's probably where I think she's going to end up. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys think he deserves to be fired? I think, yeah, based on if it's a results-based business, yeah. I think if they were tanking, keep him. But clearly with Juju gone, they're not tanking anymore. See you guys.